Hello and welcome back to our viewers for the second episode of Under the Covers.
Welcome.
Thanks, Lachie. That was Lachie.
That's my input for the show. I'll be leaving.
That was Lachie. I'm Andrew, if you've forgotten. And we're back for a second episode. We really enjoyed doing the first one. Hopefully all you guys liked it.
We couldn't keep away from coming back and doing it again.
Yeah, we're back. It's the sequel. It's like the second. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be better than the first.
Hopefully, but the sequel is never better than the first.
No, it's not. So prepare to be disappointed.
And that's just set up the whole mood of the show.
Yeah. We've had a lot of response over the last 2 weeks. I've had a lot of friends who've listened.
Yes.
At varying lengths. You know, we've had a couple of friends who've listened the whole way through.
Yep.
And well done to them. They're very loyal listeners. Obviously really interested in what we're doing. But I'd say that's a minority.
Well, I had a lot of people say to me, "Oh, I saw you doing a podcast." And I would be like, "Yeah, did you listen?" And they'll be like, "No. Saw the link, though." I looked at the link.
Well done.
Considered it. And then went, better not.
Yep.
Got other things to do.
But they still wanted to start the chat with you.
Yeah, they still wanted to open with, saw you doing a podcast. Because I don't understand why they'd open with that, because they'd obviously know my question is going to be, did you listen?
Did you watch? Yep. And
so why would they just open with, oh yeah, podcast. That podcast that I didn't listen to, but I know you're going to want to talk about.
I don't know.
Some people, man.
And I've had friends that have clicked on it, given us the view, and then kind of went yeah, I clicked on it, but I'll watch it later. Didn't really have the time then. I was just running out of time. But it's a bit silly. Why would you start watching a podcast, if you have to go out or something?
Exactly. Well, I had a lot of people actually say to me, I did it instead of doing my homework, which is probably the best compliment.
Definitely. So people are sacrificing their futures.
Just to listen to 25 minutes of us just talk about nothing.
On your bed.
On my bed, which is where we are, once again.
Once again. We're, first episode, we're around 500 views.
Which is good.
I'm really happy with that.
That's a good amount for a first episode.
500 people, that's a lot of people. And they're good. We're releasing on YouTube. We thought that'd be the best platform.
Well, it's easier to find things on YouTube than other podcasting. It's easy to upload as well, and you get all the analytics and the demographics.
Yeah, so here's some interesting stats for you, because we can see who's watched, where they've watched, what kind of watches we have.
I have a Rolex.
Zing.
That's so bad.
That's
Continue.
Great. 70% of our viewers were male.
Oh, okay.
Which means probably that 30% were female.
We can say probably in the hope that YouTube stuffed up and it's actually 70% female.
Yeah.
30%
so
more females. 100% females.
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird ratio, 7 to 3.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I don't know how I feel about
It's
that.
a bit like my 18th birthday party. It's hitting quite close to home. Not a lot of girls that night.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was there.
You were, actually.
I was not one of the girls, though.
No.
So I was adding to the problem,
not
you were. The solution.
Actually, there's a 15th birthday party I went to. The first party I ever went to. Had the worst ratio of girls to guys I'd ever seen.
Can I just go back? The first party you ever went to was a 15th. That's sad.
Oh, well, I mean, I went to 6s and 7s.
Okay, good. Because I was hoping that you weren't one of those kids that just no one
invited to. It'd be the whole class party minus Andrew.
Okay, so and this 15th, what happened?
We rocked up, me and my friends, and there was about 40 guys.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of dudes and 3.5 girls.
3.5. So there was a half. Was it just torso up?
Yeah,
of
top
a girl?
half, bottom half. No, it's an it, because we don't actually know.
That could come off very offensive.
It could do, but we just didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was a person. Its name was Sam. So
Sam.
Again, horrible name.
Because it could be taken either way.
Yeah. And we never found out what gender it was.
Never found out.
Never found out.
So Sam if you're out there listening, contact Andrew.
Let us know. Let me know.
It's obviously been on his mind.
Keeps me up at night. Like, Sam, what are you?
What was that, 4 years?
Yeah.
4 years it's been on your mind. That is a horrible thing.
Anyway, we're coming up to the 5-minute mark of our show. Other interesting thing we found out during the week.
What was it?
We have an average watch time of around 5.5 minutes, which is like now.
It is now.
It's
Bang.
exactly now.
That is... Wow.
So that means all the average viewers are probably tuning out now.
That's upsetting to hear. Goodbye,
it is.
everyone.
Try and stay, though. We've got heaps of cool stuff to talk about.
So if you can stay, then stay. But, if you've got other commitments, I'm not going to try and stop you.
But we're past it now, which means this is the real show.
The real show begins.
Yeah.
The hardcore show.
Let's start again.
All right, ready? I'm Lachie.
I'm Andrew.
You have to do that. You have to go. Yeah, you have to take the mic away. So it's like, I'm Lachie.
I'm Andrew.
And welcome to...
The real Under the Covers.
Under the covers.
So, here's more on our demographics.
We can move along.
To the more important stuff of the show.
So obviously you can see where people, where your views are from.
Where they come from.
Geographically.
Most of them are Australia.
Most of them Australia.
Must be said.
We got a few US, a few UK, a few Canada.
Yeah, okay.
And then...
Pretty normal.
I'm going to run you through, there's 4 that were...
Not
as normal.
Okay.
And you can stop me because these 4 places that one person from each place has viewed, I don't have any of them on Facebook.
I have no relatives in any of these places.
Or Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's... Or Twitter. So it's surprising how they found it. So we'll start with number 1. We got Spain. One person from Spain for 1 minute tuned in.
Okay. So he's watched for a minute, gone, nah, I'm going back to my siesta, or running with bulls, or throwing tomatoes,
or other stereotypical
whichever
things.
Spanish stereotype you'd like.
Yes, correct. And then we got someone from Nepal. 4 minutes.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So one person
4
for
minutes.
4 minutes. So they tuned in probably for 4 minutes and then realised that it wasn't in their language.
Right, it's in English.
It's in English, and they probably just went, well, you know what? I don't understand this.
It's a waste of my internet.
Wasted my 4 minutes.
And then they just climbed up Mount Everest.
They said, or maybe that's what they were doing. That's why they couldn't.
dropped out.
Yeah.
Don't get Wi-Fi on the top of Mount
come
Everest.
on.
But to be fair, if anyone was listening to our podcast on top of Mount Everest, huge win.
That is a massive win.
That's a huge win.
No one would be able to top that. Unless, of course, you're from Bolivia, which is like the next person who listened for 6 seconds.
So they tuned in. We've obviously gone, hi, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Lachie.
And then they've stopped.
And
like,
then
that
they've
was
gone.
6 seconds.
Yeah, there's like, I don't like this.
Don't like the names? Did you not like our names?
Maybe they just didn't like the title. Maybe they felt like it was too sexual.
Under the...
Welcome to Undercovers. Oh, this is too much for me.
Better turn it off.
And then, my favourite.
Yeah?
One person from Taiwan for 13 seconds.
Really?
A good 13 seconds. So they lasted just a bit longer than Bolivia,
Yeah.
but not as long as Spain or Nepal.
Okay. So this... Where is Taiwan?
It's in Asia somewhere.
Do you actually have any idea?
Not much of... Well, I don't do geography, and I didn't pay attention
When you did do
when
it.
I did do it. So I can't help you there.
Yeah, I think Taiwan is somewhere near China, and I'm not too flash out on geography, but it is near Nepal.
It's probably got some relation to Nepal.
But maybe the viewer from Nepal kind of watched for 4 minutes, went, oh, this isn't great, but I may as well show my friend from Taiwan. He's sent the link off to Taiwan. This guy's watched it for 13 seconds. And maybe, they're not friends anymore.
Maybe it was all like a massive line. Like Nepal sent it to Spain, who then sent it to Bolivia, who then sent it to Taiwan, who then sent it to Bolivia.
So we're creating connections.
And then I'm just waiting for the person from Rwanda.
Yes.
Watching it for 2 seconds or something like that.
Yep. No, if you're in Rwanda watching it, that will make us very happy.
Taiwan, Mr. 13 seconds. That's what they call me.
Is that what they call you?
That's what they call me.
Why? Why, Lachie? Why?
I can cook a mean spag bowl in 13 seconds. One of my many talents.
You know what doesn't make me happy though?
Oh, here we go. What doesn't?
Like a lot of things, but the other thing you can do on YouTube is you can like and dislike.
Yes.
Which is a bit different to Facebook and other things. You can't dislike on many platforms.
I guess they just don't like the negativity of it all.
Yeah, but YouTube endorses it. We have around 20 likes, which we're quite happy with.
Yep. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, and one dislike.
Right.
Which is really getting on my nerves.
See, one dislike is worse than just say like 5 dislikes.
Because if there's 5 dislikes, we know we're doing something wrong. We know it's us. We know it's our fault. But we've had nice comments about our first episode. People seem to like it. But no, there's this one person.
One person from probably Bolivia.
Yeah, it's probably the Bolivian.
Well,
it was like, you wasted 6 seconds of my life.
I'm going to dislike this. Own up if it is you, Mr. Bolivia.
It like, if you're listening
or
and you've
Mrs.
disliked it, please come forward. Like, we don't really have anything against you. We just want to know why. Why would you dislike, a 17 and an 18-year-old's, first attempt into the podcasting world?
So, just like last time, we're going to do what's in my room, because once again, we're in my room, in my bed. And once again, I still have all the pointless crap that I usually do around. So, Andrew, what have you found this time?
I found this just before I started recording. I don't know if you saw me pick this up off your desk. This looks quite interesting. I found it just above your computer. Looks like the Bible. And you know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's called the Book of Mormon, which I swear that's a musical.
I'd like to clear up as well that when you say you found it above my computer as if I just keep it on my desk ready to go, it was once again on that little shelf above my desk. It was sort of
same shelf as Dimitri.
Same shelf as Dimitri.
For those of you, by the way, who listened to the first one, there's a photo of Dimitri up on my Facebook page in the comments section on one of the statuses. You'll be able to find it.
We probably don't need to take a photo of this. You can just look up the Book of Mormon.
Yep.
So this is not the musical. This is the legit Book of Mormon. So from the religion, obviously.
Yeah.
So the story behind that is just I'm interested in learning more about religions.
Yep.
And so I was doing a bit of research online, and I saw you could get a Book of Mormon sent to your house for free.
Okay.
And I thought, why not get one sent to my house, be able to look into it. I'd like to also to be added that I haven't actually read it yet. It's been sitting there for a couple months. So I order it online, and what I didn't know is that they come and hand deliver it to you.
Yeah.
So they rock up, and the whole thing about them is they like to try and get into your house so they can sit down with you and really try and convert you. And my mum said, don't let them in the house. So I said, you know what? I won't let them in the house.
Yeah.
So I just said, when they rocked up, I just said, sorry, I have a place to be. Can't let you in.
Didn't bring them up under the covers.
Didn't bring them up under
Get
the
them
covers.
down to the podcast next time.
Actually. We should order one and just be like, hey, get down.
Come interview. Come get interviewed.
We probably shouldn't tell them that it's under the covers though, because of their
yeah, probably not.
Their rules and ideas, which I'm not going to get into because I don't want this to be a whole religion bashing session.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so and then they just rocked up. I asked them some questions because I was actually interested, and they just told me what it was all about. Said thanks for the book. I was just the most disappointed that they didn't sing any of the songs from the music.
Oh yeah, you wanted to break out into a musical number.
Yeah, I just wanted to be like, so guys, when are we gonna do? When are we gonna do Turn It Off? Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. But I heard something that you just told me before, which made me laugh very hard. I don't know if that's mean, but I want to hear the story again. It is because it is a very weird story.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, I decided I was kind of interested in religion. and I decided I'd go to church one day, and then I ended up going for a year.
A year, like every Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, and I kind of sort of became a Christian for about a year.
Wow.
Like, it was about a year, like 1 year.
Just a year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I went to church.
It was just a phase.
Yeah, it was just
that sounds
it was just a phase.
Did you yell at your mum and say, "This isn't just a phase, mum"?
Yeah,
this is who I am now.
I think I did, which is awkward. Anyway, and I went to church. I went on church camp.
Wow, church camp.
That was
dedicated.
scary. Yeah.
Did you know anyone?
No, not
So
really.
you just went to
didn't
church
even
camp
know.
by yourself?
Yeah. It was quite confronting.
But you didn't even know yourself.
No,
That's why you went. You were trying to
find myself.
Find yourself.
Yeah. No, and I went, and it was pretty weird. Would not do it again. Anyway, and then
What was it like there?
It was very like, during the day we'd do all this fun stuff, like we'd do activities, just like the regular camp activities.
Praying.
Yeah, no, yeah. and then when it came to nighttime, we all like stood in a room and sung songs about Jesus.
Right.
So like I still remember all the lyrics.
Could you give us a bit?
Quite catchy. No, I can't.
Just a little bit. Come on, a little snippet.
No.
Oh.
And it's quite catchy tunes, to be fair. They hook you in.
Are they not like the hymns? Are they more?
No, they're like upbeat. Like there was a band there.
Wow.
We all sung. Anyway, I got really into it. I was like, yeah, like I want to be religious, want to be a Christian. Anyway, and then I kind of sort of did, and then a couple of months later, I was like, I kind of thought maybe not. So now I'm not.
So now you're not.
Like it was quite abrupt.
Was it literally just like, I don't really want to?
It was a bit of a reality check. I think I sort of thought, oh, I'm in a bit too deep.
Wow. That's
quite meaningful. Yeah. Quite.
That reminds me of the time that I went. I wanted to become a cadet, an army cadet.
Oh yeah.
It's completely unrelated, but I also went on cadet camp. I didn't last a year though. I only lasted about a week.
Really?
Went on cadet camp. It was like this massive game of capture the flag.
Yeah.
But wasn't my cup of tea.
No.
I got yelled at one morning at 5 a.m. because I went to bed in my camo pants, which you're not allowed to do.
You're not allowed to go to bed in camo.
So they woke us up because every night, and because the night before they were like, oh, we've realised that some of you are now wearing your cadet pants, your camo pants to bed. And so at 5 a.m, they come around shaking all our bivvies and they get us all up in a line and they go to each person and they go, have you been wearing your camo pants to bed? And like, nah. And like, all right, good. Next person, you've been wearing, nah. And I was there standing in my camo pants and they go, have you been wearing your camo pants to bed? And I said, yes, I have. And they just yelled at me for like a
So
good
you didn't
couple
wear your
minutes.
cadet pajamas? Did they give you
They
cadet
don't give you cadet
So
pajamas.
you've just been asleep with no pants?
That's pretty much what they
Oh, it's
are leading on.
pretty similar.
And I was in a-
pretty similar to church camp.
Was this similar to church camp? I was sharing a bivvy with some big South African bloke I didn't met who just kept showing me his knife.
Really?
He just kept pulling his
Really?
knife out and going, look, it's camo on both the handle and the blade. And I was like,
Gee.
oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, right.
So then after that, I said no thanks to cadets.
And I said no thanks to the church.
Maybe it was the same camp.
Yeah, maybe we were just both under illusions.
That's it was I don't know why I did that. Still don't know why.
Very questionable.
There was this, well, actually, just before we finish up, that just reminded me, there was this one kid who was like, in the movie, like the classic 80s coming of age movies, like Stand By Me and stuff. There's always that one kid who has the glasses in the group.
Yeah.
The curly hair, glasses. There's this one guy that I became mates with. He was about my year. Curly hair, glasses. And we all got ration packs. And in the ration packs, you got this tube of jam.
Yeah.
a tube of jam, right? And this kid with glasses became absolutely addicted to these tubes of jam. And what he'd do is he'd go around asking for people's, and when they didn't give him one, he'd just take it, and he'd sit in his little dugout while he was like on watch, just sucking up these tubes of jam. That's all he did.
That's so weird.
And he'd take all of them. He'd do margarine. He'd do not margarine. What's it? Marmalade.
Right.
He'd do strawberry. He'd do raspberry. He loved
all
it.
kinds of jam.
Loved it all.
All jam.
All
everything.
in the tubes. I don't know if he got home and he just refused to eat jam from a jar.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just always wanted it to be out of tubes. But that's
Shout out to him if he's
shout out
listening.
to that guy. And I hope you're still jamming hard because
Good on you, mate.
good on you. Shout out to the South African who also
Yeah.
showed me his knife
Yeah.
one too many times. And on that,
That's we're basically done. We're coming to the end of our episode. I've had a great time again on the
once again,
in the bed.
it's been absolutely delightful.
Yep. We will be back again for a third episode. And we actually have a special announcement. Do you want to make it?
I'll make it. Third episode, we've got something pretty exciting. We got our first guest.
A special guest.
A special guest. All guests are special.
But this guy's especially special.
Especially special because here's the first special guest.
Yep. Are we're going to say who it is?
I don't want to. I want it to be like some kind of surprise.
Yeah, actually, fair enough.
We can give it a clue. His last name is like a big cat.
Yeah, and his first name is not spelt how you'd think it would be spelt.
Yes.
We really haven't given anyone any idea.
But then when it comes around, because then when it happens and they see who it is, they'll all be like, I get it now.
Yep.
And also to everyone still listening at 22 minutes, congratulations.
Thank you, you've made it. Yeah, so please come back for the third episode.
Please, we're begging you.
Yeah, our guest is actually younger than me. That's another interesting fact.
By 2 months, is it?
Yeah, might be able to narrow that down.
And he's accomplished more than both of us combined.
Yes.
So
Very much.
That's
very
saying
much
something.
so. Anyway, so that's really exciting. So stay tuned for that. We will announce that on our Facebook pages this week.
Yep.
My Facebook page is Andrew Harris Comedy.
And mine's Lachie Clark -comedian.
Shameless plugging. Well done us.
Shameless. Well, it's going to be on the picture anyway, so
Yeah, that's true.
if you don't remember it, it's there.
Yeah. Anyway, I reckon.
I reckon that's good.
Thanks, Lachie.
Thanks, Andrew.
Well, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Nailed it.